Welcome to Wetherspoons. Love them or hate them, Wetherspoons are a British icon and some of them are truly weird. Hi everyone, it's me. If you're new here, my name is Alanna and I'm a Canadian, but I live here in the UK. And if you're not new here, hey, how's it going? Cheers. Today we're doing a deep dive into the weird and wonderful Wetherspoons. The big, the giant, the small, the ugly, the weird, the strange. If you have a favorite Wetherspoons, leave a comment down below. And without further ado, let's go. It's 9 a.m. To get us started on this deep dive, I want to start here. The 10 weirdest Wetherspoons in Britain. Number 1 is the Palladium, of course, in a beautiful Welsh town. Is it pronounced like if they were English characters? Llandudno? Probably not. This is absolutely gorgeous. So this was an old cinema in the 1920s, former Palladium cinema. Wetherspoons has retained the elegance of the Edwardian era. The front is beautiful, and I appreciate that they've kept, obviously I don't know what it looked like originally, but it looks great. You can't say that about all Wetherspoons. There's certain things you can say about Wetherspoons, right? Cheap. You know what you're gonna get, both in food and in pints. And why is the floor always sticky? But you can't always say that they look nice. Next up, down in Kent, I live in Kent, we have the Opera House, Tunbridge Wells. Of course it's in Tunbridge Wells. Of course. Each year, the Opera House in Tunbridge Wells celebrates the building's former use annually for 3 days only. The venue is restored to a venue where punchers can go and watch opera. I cannot imagine how. So it's a Spoons, but it is still an opera house? Make it make sense. Next up, we have the Winter Gardens, Harrogate. Harrogate. That doesn't sound right when I say it. Feeling bloated after guzzling down a gut-busting Spoons meal. In Harrogate, you have the option of taking a stroll through the Winter Gardens. During the 1920s, punchers could relax with their favorite bevy. Don't say this word. Don't say this word. While listening to music played by the municipal orchestra. This is interesting. I mean, this is part of a larger building? Like this Winter Gardens is just sort of this little get up, or is it the whole building? But the fact that this space, been around since the 1920s is something that I will never get over as a Canadian. We have some beautiful architecture. We have some beautiful places in Canada, of course, but we just don't have, I don't want to say we don't have history. That's not true. We do have history. We don't have history like this. For reference, Canada got its iconic flag in the 1960s. Yes. Next up, we have the Knights Templar in London. This link goes nowhere. I've been clicking on all these Instagram links. They're all broken, which really goes to say something about the sun. Wow. For just £3,000, you can have an all-inclusive package, 3-course meal, DJ, wine table for 100 guests. Now, who does the meal? Is that Wetherspoons? Because then no. So apparently the Knights Templar has shut or has been rebranded, given a new owner, given a new name. But if this is the external, my God, it's beautiful. Look at that. Oh my God. This doesn't look like a Wetherspoons to me. I'm sure that carpet is sticky. No matter what they do, it doesn't matter. If there's carpet, and there almost always is, right? That you've got this beautiful runner, it's gonna be sticky. And for that, I love it. Okay, anyway, back to our list. The Counting House, Glasgow. Wow, look at that. This is gorgeous. This carpet is sticky. You can smell this picture. Nothing against these gentlemen. This is a picture you can smell. Oh, the Counting House used to be the Bank of Scotland. The former bank has transformed into a pub. That's incredible. That link, someone needs to work on this website. This is very cool if you have access to that, or you can see some of the original bank. But even still, this is gorgeous. It does kind of look like a bank actually when you think about it, but like a really extravagant bank. Doesn't look like my Lloyd's bank. I'll tell you that much. For something a little bit different, number 6 is the Velvet Coaster Blackpool. One of the biggest Wetherspoon pubs in the UK, located less than 150 meters away from Blackpool Pleasure Beach and South Pier. It has a rooftop terrace. Wow, look at it. I mean, the architecture of the external is like, there, you can't be anything like the traditional columns and some of the like the London external ones. They're just absolutely gorgeous. This is kind of like, okay, plain, whatever. I like that we've got kind of like the wave, you know, like a coaster, like the beach fair. I like the terrace. I've never actually been to Blackpool. It's on the list. There's so many places in the UK that are still on the list. I know. I will at some point. And maybe then we also go to, is it the biggest or one of the biggest? No, it is one of the largest. Which one's the biggest? AI says, take this with a grain of salt, it's the Royal Victoria Pavilion in Ramsgate, Kent. Kent mentioned twice in one video. That never happens. It can accommodate over 1,500 customers. Okay, I mean, there's not a lot to look at here. This is kind of nice, you know, with the little tables and the tile. Okay, you know what? Maybe not so bad. What a beautiful photo. It is pretty big that way. And it is crazy if it really is right on the beach. I've never been. Here's the thing. Okay, maybe leave a comment. What are your thoughts on Wetherspoons? Mine is they are a British icon, yes. But to me, kind of a last resort. I don't really drink that much, contrary to everyone's belief here on YouTube that I'm like out in the pub every weekend. I really don't drink much anymore at all. So when I do go out, I want to support something independent, something local, something small, some sort of micro brewery or some sort of local pub, you know, like I want to put my money in those types of places. Especially if I'm eating, I will not eat at a Wetherspoons, no offense. I've done it before. Microwave. Say no more. And that's fine. Like if that's what you're looking for, you want something cheap and cheerful and you know exactly what you're gonna get, then I totally get that. But I'm not going there to eat. I'm going there if I can't get into a pub with maybe like a larger group. We can't get a seat in a microbrewery or a small local independent place. They're too small. There's not enough space. Then yes, let's go to the Wetherspoons. You know it's going to be cheap. You know there is alcohol. I don't want to eat there though. Okay? Don't want to eat there though. But I get it. However, saying that, being in Kent, I've been doing these like solo trips on my YouTube channel. If you're interested in that, I have quite a few now, actually. Perhaps there is one going to, this says the world's biggest Wetherspoons. That is very intriguing. Somebody write that down. Anyway, back to the list. Leaving Blackpool, we're going to Liverpool. Now this is gorgeous. This is the architecture that I like. This is the Northwestern Lime Street Station. Following a $2 million redevelopment, Spoons Pub sprung up on the site of the former Northwestern Hotel. Impressive grade 2 listed building. Absolutely beautiful. This is like so what I love about the UK. This type of architecture, this type of history. I also do appreciate, now maybe you don't like Spoons, but I do appreciate that old spaces can be repurposed, not torn down. Obviously, this is a listed building. It's protected in certain ways. But you do see that with a lot of old places, derelict places, historical places, and people are like, what do you do with it? I do appreciate that it's given like a second life. Next up, we have Rochester Castle, Stoke Newington, London. This is beautiful. Look at that. That's beautiful. Quite small. You wouldn't necessarily immediately know that it's a Spoons other than this, though. But, like, this is quite nice. And you got the flowers. I love seeing everybody's, like, pub signs. I love that. That could be a whole video in and of itself. Like, interesting pub names and pub signs. Being in Kent, a third mention. Fourth mention? Maybe? If this is the Rochester Castle that I'm thinking of, I've been there. Obviously, it's in Rochester, wonderful place. This does look like the castle. I have a couple of videos on my channel. I think it's really cool. It's not a Dover castle. It's not a Windsor castle. It's not a Leeds castle, but it is super interesting and it's in a beautiful spot. Number 9 is the Chief Justice of the Common Pleas, Keswick. That's a mouthful. Imagine calling up a taxi and they're like, "Where are you?" After a long night at a Wetherspoons. The Chief Justice of the Common Pleas. So this is a renovated magistrates court and police station. Pubgoers have the opportunity to enjoy their drinks from the comfort of a former cell. That is so fun. I mean, these ladies look like they're having a terrible time, but it looks really cool. And number 10, we have Westkirk Air. This is gorgeous. Renovated from a former free church, which was built in 1845. Some of the original church features can still be enjoyed. This is incredible. Is it blasphemous? That's a separate question. Announcement. I have a company. Aside from the YouTube stuff, I do have a business. It's called Edenbridge. My partner and I make hand-blended fragrances, largely inspired by the UK, largely inspired by British people. Loads of beautiful scents. Just a heads up, if you're still looking for like a Christmas present, we do some gorgeous, well, I think they're all gorgeous. If you're looking for some more Christmas present ideas, do check us out, edenbridge.co.uk. I'll put a link in the description. That is me. That is my partner. That is our business. I'm really proud of it. I don't always talk about it. So just like heads up, if you aren't sure about which scent to get someone, because I know they can be quite personal, we do have sample sets. So each set has like multiple different fragrances inside, and you can gift that to someone so they can then decide which one they want to get. Just throwing that out there in case you want to support a local business, you need a gift idea, you need a present, a Christmas present, or just a present, or you just want to treat yourself. Edenbridge.co.uk, link in the description. That is me. Thanks for listening. Oh my God. I want to watch a couple of YouTube videos, maybe some YouTube shorts, just bits and pieces while we're talking about Wetherspoons, weird Wetherspoons, crazy Wetherspoons, whatever. I have come across this video from Fox Dog Studios, something that I have never seen before. Please go show them some love. And it's this. An hour, and they really do mean it, of Wetherspoons ambiance. 11 a.m. British pub, full English breakfast, pint of carling. This is unbelievable. Fox Dog, I am in awe of your creativity. I love this. It really does. Close your eyes. That's incredible. I also found this from Buddywood, the Metropolitan Bar on Baker Street. Just curious. This is not one that I've been to. Wow, we're getting a whole look. We won't watch the whole thing because that's not fair. I just want to get the vibe. See, this, to me, like the interior of this looks like kind of, it could be any Wetherspoons. It's not like anything crazy. Well, the prices definitely look like a London Wetherspoons. Okay, actually, you know what? This is quite nice. This room, at least, is quite nice. This is something interesting. This sort of green space, like I've been in Wetherspoons all over Kent that have this interior. Not anything to write home about. Do you know what I mean? Wow, look at that. I mean, I get it. But also so ruins this beautiful vibe. These gambling machines. I get it. We've got the carpet. You know how sticky it is. This is great. Buddywood, big shout out. Really feels like you're there. Oh, that's kind of nice. The lighting on that and the lighting in the windows. I like the shot. Are these like coffee tea machines? I love it. This is very unusual. This is very exciting. The columns, the paneling on the ceiling, the coat of arms. There seems to be all sorts of different coat of arms. This is beautiful. The other rooms like are just like classic Wetherspoons vibe, but this feels very special. I just found this in Casual UK, the Imperial Exeter, Britain's fanciest Wetherspoons. Formerly the Imperial Hotel, the pub's most unusual feature is the wrought iron barrel vaulted orangery. Added in 1897 before its conversion to a hotel in 1923. It was known as the Emsfield House and we used as a base of operations. Oh my God. Oversaw the construction of the Great Way Round portion of the Great Western Railway. So this location has had many lives, and I love that. I love when things just get repurposed. This is gorgeous, though. Imagine nice sunny day. You've got this beautiful old building. You can sit out on a sticky picnic bench, and a wasp like won't leave you alone because there's like so much sticky sweet stuff on the table. And you've got this beautiful vaulted orangery. That's not how you pronounce that, is it? Oh, this might be Britain's fanciest Wetherspoons. This, I mean, it could go either way. That shot, for some reason, doesn't look as nice. This is so pretty. Caution, wet floor. Again, sticky floor. You can't. This is incredible. Wow. Okay, well, if you know a fancier Wetherspoons than this, do let me know because, of course, a lot of the ones we saw earlier, we saw the external mostly, but the external and the internal on this is unreal. This shot, imagine having a 2-pound pint and a full English for like £3, and you could just sit in front of this giant window on the sticky carpet. Incredible. If you would like to watch something else, can I suggest this one? I did a deep dive into the craziest British Tesco locations. Try saying that 5 times fast. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!